Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is your host with the most, ArealR32 here, bringing you guys a discussion video on the October 1st, 2014 to December 31st, 2014 ban list, because I already gave my live reactions, and I figured that I would have an in-depth discussion because I've been reading some articles about the ban list, been watching some videos about it, and I just kind of want to give my 2 cents on it. So let's start off. Nothing was banned, obviously. Some people said that Soul Charge needed to be put on um, the ban list. Others say it needed to go to 1. But I'll discuss that further once we actually get to Soul Charge. So yeah, nothing banned. So to 1, Glow Up Bulb. Personally, I'm really on the fence about this card. Like, my first reaction to every ban list when I first see is that I hate it, and then once I actually like kind of sit down and think about it and just kind of think about the list and kind of just run scenarios through in my head, I base my decision off of that. And overall, I will preference this video by saying that overall I think that this list is okay. I think it's pretty good. With Glow Up Bulb coming back, I'm really on the fence about it because the problem with it is that it makes Sylvans very good, which I don't have a problem with other decks being good, but it's just there's no disadvantage to what you do with Glow Up Bulb. Like 1-for-1 is a card. Like 1-for-1 in Sylvans with a Glow Up Bulb is just too good. Um, but overall, at the same time, it gives support to Synchros in general, and it gives support to Sylvans because it gives them that little push that they need to still kind of be competitive, really, because they've kind of fallen to the wayside a little bit. So overall, I think Glow Up Bulb was a healthy choice. And then Infernity Archfiend to 1. I played Infernities back when we had 3 launchers and 3 Archfiend, and I loved the deck to death. And I dropped it after that. I didn't really touch it after that. And I really wanted to play the deck again, but I only have 1 Labalba chain. I didn't want to invest the $30 to $40 just to pick up like 1 or 2 more, depending on the build. So it's sad to see Archfiend go to 1, but I feel that like I'm kind of half and half on it. Like I'm glad to see that it got hit because now it's going to kind of shy people away from the deck. But at the same time, I also feel like it got hit because of collateral damage, just because of the fact that it won Worlds. So can't really comment there. So like half collateral damage, half because they want to deter people from playing the deck, which I don't mind. Like I don't feel like losing on turn 1. Um, so yeah, 1 Archfiend, 1 Barrier, 1 Launcher. But it's safe to say the deck's dead. So that was a healthy choice. And Raigeki, if you watched my previous video, you will realize that I flipped nutsacks about this card coming back to 1. Been banned since 2005. But then I watched some videos on it and I read some articles on it. And the problem is that every single deck in the game, and especially moving into the Pendulum era, is that really your opponents are not going to care if all their crap pops. Like, let's look at Quillpots, for example, or Cliffhorts, whatever the heck you want to call them. I call them Quillpots because I feel that that's unpronounced. But anyways, moving on. The problem with Quillpots is that they're most likely going to have 2 Pendulum monsters in the Pendulum zones because all their monsters are Pendulums except for Quillpoth Killer, I believe. So they're pretty much going to go, okay, 2 Pendulums, let's herp-a-derp, drop 5 because we can, maybe exceed, or even just swing with everything and play a skill drain for game. And then if you somehow even are still alive by that point and you go, oh, let's top deck Raigeki, they're going to be like, oh, that's cute. Put all 5 on top of my extra deck. Next turn, Pendulum Summon again, all 5 back of those monsters, and you just minus yourself. Do you also have a Dark Hole to play, sir? Because I don't mind you minusing by 2. So, you even could have brought back Dark. I feel that Dark Hole to 2 would have been better, personally, just because of the fact that there's the drawback that your monsters pop 2. But at the same time, with Quillpots coming out, I feel that they brought back this to 1 and left Dark Hole at 1 because of the fact that they want to give the opposing player a chance to make a comeback that turn if they're able to, and then if not, then they lose because next turn you just Pendulum Summon all 5 of your monsters back. So yeah, that's that. So really, not a neutral change, but really just it's not a big deal from that standpoint of view. And then even with the current decks that we have right now, like Shaddolls and all that, they can just get their stuff back. They don't care. Royal Tribute should have been at 2 or 3, just saying. Just like my damn button should be at 3. Soul Charge to 1. Um, I agree with what everybody else is saying. This card either needs to be at 3 or it needs to be banned, because now it's going to be like when we had Monster Reborn. You're going to top deck Soul Charge and be like, oh, I got life points to spare, Soul Charge, derp, 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 derp. Like, it's going to happen, I can guarantee you. And my fear for this format is, or this upcoming format, I should say, that games are going to come down, at least down to the wire, most likely. It's going to be whoever plays their Soul Charge last is going to win, unless the opposing player knows that they can be able to play their Soul Charge first and just set up an unbreakable board, which then they better have enough life points to do so, or they're screwed. So I really feel like it's just going to be a luck sack card. It's going to add that luck sack factor to this format. So I felt it should have been banned, but they put it to 1. You know, can't blame Konami too much for that. And then Super Poly to 1. This indirectly hurts Heroes. I feel that Heroes got hit because of collateral damage, but it needed to be hit. The fact that it's spell speed 4, and the fact also that you cannot respond to it in any way, shape, or form is just absolutely busted. Like, Konami doesn't make a lot of cards like Super Polymerization for a reason, because they're just far too busted. So putting this to 1 will definitely slow down Shaddolls. It's going to hurt Heroes a little bit, but, you know, you kind of have to take the yin and the yang with that. You know, would you rather have Shaddolls running around this entire 3-month-long format with 3 Super Polys, or would you rather have them have 1 Super Poly, and, you know, kind of have Heroes on the wayside for now until we get the structure deck? Then, of course, you're going to have that one guy, I'd rather have Super Poly banned. Shut up. And then to 2, we have Blackwing Gale, irrelevant. Gores, there are so many tricks that you can do in main phase 1, not to mention main phase 2 even, that Gores is just sort of an irrelevant card. Like, don't get me wrong, it helps out Chainburn because they can just side deck into Gores and then you attack them directly. Oh, that's cute. Activate both the Gores in my hand, play 2 Gores, play 2 big tokens, and unless you have an out to it, I pretty much have a big field, depending on your monster's attack size. So, I mean, I'm okay with it. Like, I think having 2 Gores is going to definitely be interesting. It's going to give the decks that are on the lower side of the spectrum to kind of have a chance to, you know, make some sort of a splash in this 3-deck tier format. So, overall, it's a neutral change. Same thing as Gale. People are going to be like, oh my god, I need to pick up Black Wings, and then someone's going to play it for like the first week of this new format, and they're going to be like, let's drop the deck. It's not doing anything. So, I mean, Blackwing Gale, all it really did was just give stun players more support, which is okay. Ceasefire to 2. I was really hoping that Konami would put this card to 2 or to 3, and I had a sneaking suspicion that it was going to go to 2. Because here's the thing. You know, people forget that Ceasefire inflicts 5 rent damage to the opponent for every effect monster on both player sides of the field. So if I have 5 effect monsters on board, and you have 5 effect monsters on board, you just lost 5,000 life points. So if I have 2 Ceasefire set, and that's a board that I just mentioned, you just lost 10,000 life points, and that's most likely game. So I'm definitely okay with Ceasefire coming back, and on top of that, it's an out to Shaddolls. You have like 3 or 4 monster set. Oh, that's cute. Ceasefire, you just lost life points, and you don't get your Shaddolls effects. And I guarantee you, someone's going to lose because of 1 or 2 Ceasefires being side decked in someone's deck. Like, they're going to bring them in game 2 or 3 or whatever. They're going to be in time. They're going to play Ceasefire, and then they're going to lose by like 1,500, and they're going to be salty. And then the Transmigration Prophecy, this card could come to the 3. It really doesn't matter. We're moving into the Pendulum era. This card isn't going to be abused. Then the 3, Wolf Bark. Why? Because Altair's at 3. Pretty much enough said. Magician of Faith, that card could be at 5. Formula Synchron. I want to see Formula Monarchs being built. Someone's going to do that, and I challenge that person right now to make Formula Monarchs competitive with the new Monarch support. I don't care what new Monarch support you use. Hell, you could use Escalation of the Monarchs. You have 3 Formula Synchron now and a Glow-Up Bulb. Someone better top with Formula Monarchs, or I'm going to be one salty panda bear this format. And Rhoda to 3. I mentioned it in my banlist video. Noble Knight players, if you don't somehow top an event this format, I don't know what you're smoking or what you're doing, because you have 3 Rhoda now. Like, what more could you guys possibly need? Now, I was talking to Gage after I made my last video when I first announced the ban list. And I was talking to Gage about it. He was talking about how he and Storm were talking about Noble Knights for this format. And he was telling me about how Storm was saying that Storm is most likely not even going to play 3 Rhoda. He'll probably just stick with 2 because it's almost not even needed. And keep in mind, this is coming from a guy who's been playing Noble Knights since the first card was released, pretty much. So I don't know really what Noble Knights are going to do. The majority should be running 3. I mean, at least in my opinion. I mean, that's just me. I mean, like, why would you not want to have that extra searcher? And plus, it's not that bad of a top deck in Noble Knights either. I mean, you can top deck, like, I'm not good with Noble Knights, so I don't know. You could top deck a random Noble Knight to get something back from your grave or something, you know. It's not that bad to be running 3. I mean, it could help you out in the long run, you know, or even in the grind game. You know, you really need a monster, and you top deck that Rhoda. Oh, Rhoda, get a random Noble Knight, attack for game, or even just, you know, have that beater on board while your opponent's still trying to top deck a monster to get over that monster. So, yeah, 3 Rhoda, I think it's a really nice change. A lot of people are flipping out about it because it gives support to Noble Knights and, you know, pretty much, yeah. That's all I can really think of that people were flipping out on over that. And on top of that, heroes may have lost Stratos, but think about it. They now have 3 E-Call. They lost 2 Super Polys, but now they have 3 Rhoda. So they have 6 ways to get a monster to their hand, pretty much. So I want to see a hero deck. I'm not saying the heroes are going to be good, but they're a little bit better until they get the structure deck. Then they'll be a lot better. And then hopefully they'll bring back Stratos, because Stratos needs to be free. And my buttons need to be free too. Where are my damn buttons? That's how I'm always going to end it. So yeah, you guys, thank you guys for watching. A like or favorite would be appreciated. Let me know about what you guys think about this ban list in the comments down below. Overall, I gotta say, I'm happy with the list. I think Konami did a great job. I think it's really stupid that they waited this long to give it to us, because now everyone that's going to Dallas isn't going to have enough time to test. So I am ticked off at Konami for that. You know, one of the many reasons why I have a love-hate relationship with this game. But if Konami wants to be stupid, they can be stupid. They're eventually going to have to listen to the players, hopefully. So, yeah. Anyways, and they still haven't brought back my button to 3. So, still friggin' salty about that, man. But, oh well. Thank you guys for watching, and goodbye.